Good morning with everybody. What's going on? What's going on? This is Leonard Miles, aka 2 Degrees in the CDL, coming live from Cape Girardeau, Missouri. I've been here ever since Monday. So let me just give you all a recap of what's going on for the reason why I'm still here and I'm not, in Minnesota today. Well, I was going through the weigh station on Monday and I got pulled over for being overweight. I'm like, all right, cool. Let me go ahead and get this stuff adjusted and everything, do what I needed to do. Wasn't able to do that, automatically off the back. Once I got over here in Arkansas, they wanted to go ahead and do a full inspection, which I had no issue with. It's like, all right, I don't have anything to hide. My paperwork is legit. I got my license. It's good. Whatever you need to check. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and get to it. So they did a full, pre-trip, just like I would do a pre-trip, in the morning times before I get ready to go. And there was some things, that caused a concern on their end, that made it have to go a little bit more in depth. So, we were doing, the inspection in the parking lot, but then, all right, they wanted to take my truck to, I said that like that big tunnel area. I don't know what they really call it, but we went in there. They did a much more in-depth inspection, and I wasn't the only one that got pulled over. There was other drivers that were getting the same type of inspection I was as well. And I'm like, all right, cool. Let's see what's going on. So they just pointed out some things that I needed to get done. Before I got back on the road. It was more so my brakes being out of adjustment, and like I said, those slack adjusters in the back, they're manual, so I can go back out there and you can do them yourself. So I got that done. Like I said, I actually had a mechanic out there. He was out there, servicing somebody else's vehicle. He was doing it as well. So he hooked me up. He went ahead and adjusted my brakes, but he also let me know, like, hey man, you're gonna need some brake pads pretty soon. And it's crazy because it's like, man, like I just got this truck looked at, over a month ago, and they told me that my brakes were fine. And like, nah, man, you're gonna need to get these replaced. And it's like, man, like, one person tell you one thing and one person say another, but it's like, all right, let me go ahead and get these brakes done. Let me go ahead and get these slack adjusters replaced. Let me go ahead and get 2 new driver tires as well. I was able to adjust my my tandems and everything so I can make the weight and continue to keep going. But at that point right there, I knew my trip was going to be delayed because I knew I needed to get these repairs done. So once I got to Cape Girardeau, of course, like I said, I got my rest, that night. But then, like I said, yesterday morning, I was on the phone call, seeing who I can contact to get this stuff done. I was able to find two companies, to do different things. So one of the companies I'm gonna tag them in the video. Shout out to Purcell Tires in Jackson, Missouri. They was able to give me 2 new steering tires, and my truck drives a lot better. And shout out to the Tag Trucking Center. And like I said, I'm not sure if I'm saying their company name right, but I'll make sure I drop their information in the description as well. So I was able to drop my trailer there as well. Told them that I needed, new brakes on my trailer, and I needed new slack adjusters. I'm like, all right, cool, man. We'll get you squared away. You just drop your trailer here, and you'll be able to pick it up tomorrow. Which I'll be able to pick it up today. So I'm like, all right, cool. But how many of you all actually look at getting stopped by DOT as a blessing and not as, you being harassed? What do I mean by that? So let's just say, for instance, I continue to keep driving, I get those things done temporarily. Like I said, he adjusted my brake. He did my brake adjustments, but he already told me, it's like, hey, you're going to have to do this on a weekly basis, unless you just decide to get these replaced. I'm like, all right, cool. So what if I just continue to just keep doing it? I just don't do it. and you know I'm riding heavy and I need to stop. He already told me I don't have any brakes. So I'm going down the hill and I need to stop, but I can't stop. What's gonna happen if it's a car at the light and I can't stop? 10 times out of 10, I'm gonna rear end them. And that's gonna be, it ain't an accident, it's negligence, because I knew that I needed to get that stuff done and I didn't get it done. Or say for instance, I'm up here driving, and I know my steering tires are bad. I never experienced, a blowout, on my truck. I've experienced some flat tires, but it's more so when I'm stationary. But I've never experienced like a blowout from my steering tires, And when the DOT officer had asked me that, well, have you ever experienced a blowout on your steering tires? Like, nope. He said, well, you don't want to either because you don't know which way your vehicle is gonna go. So if I'm riding heavy and my steering tires go out, and I got traffic beside me, I can't control my truck, just to maintain the lane. That truck is going to go whatever way it's going to go. And it's not an accident. It's an accident because you hit somebody, but it's negligence because you knew that you were supposed to get that stuff done, and you decided not to. So I looked at everything, that I had to sit, I looked at everything that I had to do, when I was sitting there, those like them 2.5, 3 hours, at the weigh station. Like, okay, this is all a teaching moment. Like, all right, I didn't catch everything like I thought I did on my pre-trip. And like I said, that's why not only did I have a second eye look at it, which is DOT, I had a third eye look at it, which was the diesel mechanic that was out there, servicing other trucks. So it's always, good to get, stuff looked over, because like I said, you're not going to get everything right. I didn't get this right all the way. And like I said, but I learned from that. Like, I'm like, all right, cool. I know that I need to get this stuff done. I need to stay on top of this stuff, period. So I'm thankful that, DOT pulled me over so I can know what's going on. Because like I said, who's to say, I was able to get through that weigh station and something didn't happen. My steering tire bust, or I don't have any brakes to stop because the pad was so low. So I looked at it, as a blessing in disguise and as a delay that needed to be delayed. Like I needed that. Like this delay was necessary in order for me to get stuff done the right way. I don't want to take shortcuts. I don't want to be like, well, man, I gotta continue to just keep it pushing, man. I gotta get this load from point A to point B. No. I'm gonna get it there, but I'm gonna get it there safely. So once I found out everything, I told my transportation manager, I'm like, hey, boss, I gotta get this stuff done. I just want to let you know I'll be staying over an extra night in Cape Girardeau to get this stuff done. And once I got everything up and running, I'll be back out there on the road. What did he say? All right, cool. Appreciate it. Let me know if you need anything. It's safety first. It is safety first. And now here, like I said, y'all see the thumbnail, life over the road, man. Like life on the open road as a truck driver. Things happen. I had a whole plan, for how the week was going to go. I'm like, all right, I'm going to get back home by Thursday. I'm like, it just didn't happen. And I'm glad it didn't happen that way because I need to get this stuff taken care of. Because my main thing, being out here on this road is safety first. If I'm not safe, if my truck isn't safe, ain't nobody safe. Ain't nobody safe. It is not always about the almighty dollar in this industry. You need to be safe. Is your vehicle road ready? And my vehicle wasn't road ready. Yeah, I got those temporary fixes, but I had to go ahead and get the permanent fixes as well. So don't be so in a rush, new truck drivers. You need to be your seasoned vets. And I'm still fairly new myself. Like I said, I'm coming up on a year in March. But it's still one of those things for me, as a more mature adult. Like I said, I'm 37, so I've seen a lot of things in different, walks of life. Like, hey, patience. You need to be patient, not be in a rush to get things done. Had I continued to be rushing, man, like I said, who knows what could have happened. Like I said, my truck definitely wasn't, where it needed to be as far as being road ready. So, hey, we had to delay, certain things. Like I delayed my home time, and that's okay. But I'd rather my truck be safe, and I'd rather me be safe and everybody be safe around me than to have something on the road and I'm not sure about. So yeah, that's all I want to just come on here this morning, just let everybody know, this life on the open road, man. Sometimes it comes with delays, man. And how do you adjust to those delays? And how do you adjust to the information, in those delays? Do you embrace it and make the change? Or do you do you push by it and you go with your instinct? You go with what your gut tells you. So yeah, just think about that for y'all. Yeah, just think about that. But that's all that I got. I'm just up here waiting for the phone call, from the place so I can go ahead and pick up my trailer and we keep it moving. But y'all make sure y'all share this video, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Like I said, I'm on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Like I said, I'm gonna continue to just put out, great content, just continue to motivate you all and like, hey man, just continue to just enjoy what I do. Life on the road as a trucker. I'm out.